Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election. At last, Peter Obi has filed petition challenging the outcome of the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has finally filed a petition with the Election Tribunal. This filing was made public on Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. This filing of the petition comes after Peter Obi promised to fight for what he believes is a stolen election mandate. You and I know that INEC has come under heavy scrutiny for the way the results were collected and announced in some areas. The filing of the petition was disclosed on Tuesday morning, March 21st, 2023, by Dr. Yunusa Tanko, the chief spokesperson of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council. We know that Peter Obi had earlier insisted that he won the election and will explore all legal and peaceful options to prove his case and reclaim the mandate of the people. Dr. Yunusa, in his statement, said that the party will begin the process of reclaiming the people's mandate. And this is what he said. And I'm quoting him now in his Twitter handle. It is official. The Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has filed his petition to the Presidential Election Tribunal in Abuja. The process of reclaiming the people's mandate has started, he said. Now, before I go further on this important news that broke today, Tuesday, February 21st, 2023. If you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. We know that the process that finally led to Peter Obi filing his petition today, Tuesday, 21st, 2023, INEC had made it difficult for Peter Obi's lawyers, team of lawyers, to get the evidence that Obi needed to prove his case. This is because days after the appeal court granted Peter Obi's lawyers access to election materials that were used by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for the election, INEC refused to allow them to have access to these election materials. In fact, INEC went to court to variate the order. Luckily for Peter Obi's lawyers, the appeal court refused to grant that order. However, the appeal court granted INEC the order to reconfigure the BVAS, or bimodal voter accreditation system, which they said they needed to do in order to be able to conduct the governorship and the state assemblies election on March 18th. So on top of all this, they did not allow INEC, they did not allow Peter Obi to have access to the evidence that he needed to prove his case. No, so it was one of the serious impediments to Peter Obi actualizing his mandate, which he believed was stolen. And there are reports that of the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT, that the Peter Obi team of lawyers were only able to access, they were only given access to two states, which was barely enough for them to support their petition. And you know, this petition is time-bound. INEC has tried to obstruct justice by refusing to allow Peter Obi to have access to the evidence that they needed to prove his case. And this is a sad commentary for our country, because a country is supposed to be built on rule of law. A court will give an order, and some institutions of the state believe that they are above the law. They can obey the law when it suits them or when they like it at their own time. It is never done anywhere in the world. What the INEC had done, and the courts allowed them to do all this. Because I can tell you for free, this filing of Peter Obi's petition could also be just to beat the time, the window left to file the case, because the state institutions of the state obstructed justice. They didn't want Peter Obi to get justice. That was why they came with all manners of excuses, just to stop Peter Obi from accessing the evidence that he needs to prove his case. It is not done anywhere in the world where they practice democracy, that those who are compelled by the orders of the court to release materials, to release evidence, could obstruct justice without no consequences at all. What the Peter Obi team passed through. I just wonder how they were able to even file this case, given the little window they have left. This is unfair, and we claim to be a democracy. Calling some of the things we do here democratic is an insult to democracy, to be frank. So these are the challenges that Peter Obi and his team have faced before this case was finally filed today. So it is interesting that at least they were able to file something, given the challenges they had in having access to the evidence they needed, including, of course, the issue that has to do with reconfiguring the beavers. No, that has also raised a lot of alarm because many feared that INEC could manipulate and distort the figures in the beavers in the process of reconfiguring it. But INEC was able to convince the court that they have a back end where they will store the information in the beavers and that it's not going to be lost, it's not going to be distorted. We hope that INEC, for once, is telling the truth. Now, one of the things that will incense Tinubu this morning is the statement by Yunus Satanko, where he said that the process to restore the stolen mandate have begun. Because Bayo Onanuga and co are yet to get it, because the other day Bayo Onanuga was angry that Peter Obi was referring to his stolen mandate. Well, he's going to see it a lot in the headlines today, that Peter Obi strongly believed that his mandate was stolen. And they are still railing in anger anytime people talk about that the mandate belongs to Peter Obi, or that Peter Obi says the mandate belongs to him. They keep asking, how can Peter Obi, who came third, claim a mandate? But they are yet to get it. They will soon get it. How it will be done. They will soon get it, how it will be done. I have taken my time in a previous video to show how Peter Obi, who in the present INEC results of the presidential election came third, will move from that third position to the first position. I have done a video on that. I think anybody in doubt should look out for that video. But if you don't have time to look out for that video, let me just do a little background on it. You see, by the figures that have been made public by INEC as the official figures that each of the presidential candidates got, I mean, I'm talking about Asiwaju Bola, Ahmed, Tinubu, who won with about 8 million votes. Atiku Abubakar, who has about 6.6 million or something like that, and Peter Obi has about 6.1 million. By the time the true results of that election comes out, the person who came third will move to first position. What it means is this: there are allegations which Peter Obi will present in court that Peter Obi's votes were being caught on industrial scale and allocated to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos, in Rivers State, in Akwa Ibom State, in several other states like that. Now, when all those figures are well tabulated before the court, those millions of votes will be extracted from Tinubu's votes and reallocated to Peter Obi. When that is done, Peter Obi's numbers will go tops and Tinubu's numbers will drop. Okay? Just by removing 1.7 million votes from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, from the votes allegedly caught from Peter Obi, will be enough to show a dramatic change in the arrangement of who is first and who is second and third and what have you. And when all these things are done, like in Rivers State, where Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu won, when it is proven that all the victory he got in Rivers State was actually Peter Obi's victory, because there were allegations that Peter Obi won in Rivers State. So when Peter Obi's actual votes are given to him, and Tinubu's actual vote, the vote of the APC in Rivers State, are given to Tinubu, you will see that Tinubu will not have up to 25% even in Rivers State. The same thing will happen to Tinubu in several other South states. It will also play out in the North Central. When the real votes of Benue people are tabulated on the presidential election day, you will discover that Tinubu will struggle in Benue State, because it is difficult to fathom it that Benue people will vote overwhelmingly for a Muslim ticket of Tinubu, given what Benue people have suffered in the hands of religious bigots in the name of killer henchmen, that they will knowingly support Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu ticket and vote for him overwhelmingly, the way the results showed in Benue. When he's allocated his real result in Benue, and this spread around so many parts of the country, you see that Tinubu's figures will drop significantly. He will come down to his real position, and Peter Obi will rise. That is what will happen. That is what is expected for Peter Obi to prove in the courts. And in that process, the person who came third will become first. When Tinubu will be given his real vote, because it is the fear of Tinubu's real votes, that was why INEC refused, allegedly, to transmit the presidential election results on election day. But they were able to transmit the senatorial and House of Reps to the IREF, but they could not. Nobody in the whole Nigeria, in the 176,000 polling units, no beavers was able to transmit presidential election results. Many are alleging that that was deliberate because of fear of Peter Obi, and fear that Tinubu, in a free and fair transmission of that result, will be exposed as being rejected by Nigerians. So these are the things that will be unearthed in this petition that Peter Obi has filed today. Okay? So that is a very important clarification to make for the doubting Thomases who are still wondering how could Peter Obi, who come third, become first and claim that his mandate was stolen. I've just given you just a bird's eye view of the process that will lead to that happening. So that is it. Peter Obi has finally filed a petition to challenge the outcome of the election that was held on February 25, 2023. Because Peter Obi believes that the election was not conducted through the due process. The due process was not followed, because he believes strongly that the election violated the INEC conducts and guideline, the Electoral Act, and the Constitution, and that there is a need for the court to review the process that led to the emergence of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner of that election and the president-elect. So the die is cast for the battle royale in the courts. And as I keep saying, Peter Obi is a man who believes in due process. He is a man who has strong conviction in the impartiality of the Nigerian judiciary. He may be in the minority who believe this strongly in the judiciary, but there is no doubt that the people who populate Nigeria's judiciary are also men of conscience, men of honor, men of integrity, who will stand for what is right, because they will one day also face the judgment of God, where they will have to defend all their actions and inactions in delivering justice on earth. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. God bless you and yours.